Hey guys, today is the day. Nemesis has arrived, so let's unbox it, look at the components in high quality, and see what we see. Alright, let's open this up. Now, one thing that's kind of odd, I mean, it's cool that they have a custom box, but I wouldn't want this sitting on my porch. It tells exactly what it is. And I guess anybody interested pretty much backed this, so it's probably not a huge deal, but I don't think people actually care, per se, when they're taking stuff off of doorsteps. On the kind of the plus side, because I'm in the US, this came after Christmas, and so after everybody's done stealing everything off people's porches, so there is that. Now, how to open this? Let's see. There's some, like, glue on here. I'd like to open this nicely. Looks like probably. Right here. Oh, I think I got it. Alright. Hey, you gotta admit, guys, that was pretty good. I normally am really crappy at this, so... And I will say, this is some nice presentation here. This is cool. Alright, so let's take this out. We'll do this afterwards. We want to get the core box. Now, I am going to be putting a lot of the components on my turntable with the good lighting and all that in 4K at the end of this video. So be on the lookout for that. Let's put this to the side here. And, so if I can't take that spacing out. Give me some leeway here. Oh, that box is just going to keep coming down, isn't it? Alright, we're going to have to do this. I'm going to skip when this is already all out. Whew, okay, alright, made it. So, this is kind of the box, all sealed up and everything. It is good that there's no air space anywhere in that box, so it can't be jostled around or anything. That definitely helps with, like, shipping issues. As long as the components within the box themselves are also tight like that, it should be pretty good. Get this off, and then we'll look at the front and back of the box, and then open it up. Man, I do love the art by Awaken Realms, by the way. They have great art, and that's just awesome. Very nice, smooth box. Very cool. I like that. Alright, here's the back of the box. Okay, so we're still going with the whole 3D render kind of computer graphics stuff here with some art in the background. And who is that? I don't recognize that lady at all. Like, I think it might be the Scout, but her face looks really odd there. Anyway. Alright, anyway, it's just kind of the basics there. And reviewer's opinion. Beast of War, Man vs. Meeple, the McGuire review, Ready Steady Play, Small Robot, and the Carwin team. So congrats on that, guys. Maybe someday I'll be quoted on the back of a box. I'll just say something like, meh, it's cool, or something like that. I don't know. Oh, okay, no fart noises there. I'm actually kind of disappointed in that. I quite enjoy that. Nothing like letting that out. Don't want to read the rules, watch the video. My understanding is this is not there right now. That's for really retail, so you can go there and check. It's nemesisbg.com/learn. Eventually there will be a video, though, which is kind of nice. Now, I've seen Plaid Hat Games does this a lot, where they'll put, like, QR codes in each part, and it'll jump you to that part of the video. In the future Awaken Realms, that would be an awesome thing to add. Not a diss or anything, it's just, it's very cool to be able to do that. If you have a call out here, you have a little QR code you can scan, it takes you right there on your phone where you can see exactly what that part of the video is. Very nice to do. Huge. Like, this is just a big rule book. Like, it's, the size-wise is big. Nice full color. Seems pretty good. Again, I'll leaf through it more later. Rule summary on the back. But I like that. It is kind of big. Maybe a little... I prefer the rectangle size versus the square myself. Basic room sheet. Looks like you get 2 of these. I'm guessing for different people. Or maybe so you have 1 on 1 and 1 on 2. I don't know. Good quality, though. Alright, All right, now, as you guys know, I am a punch-out snob, a cardboard punch-out snob. I very much want it to be super clean. I like get giddy over it. No tags. See, so like right there, a little tag, but that's okay. I'm not gonna diss that. But ideally, it looks like it's just that top one of each one. I'm gonna try pushing it at the top. Okay, that seemed to be okay. So that right there is fine. This is fine. As long as it's not like ripping the art or anything like that, I'm okay with it. Let's try some of the smaller ones. After cleaning up a little bit. I'm just making a mess. See, we got some small ones in here. Here's the player boards. Let's look at those. Big one. Okay, see, that came out much better. Much better. That's nice. Again, little tags, nothing major. Really good cardboard though. I'm happy with this. Not very bendy, quite thick and sturdy. These seem really hard. I don't know if they're really gonna flay or not. Kind of hard to tell at this point. You'd have to watch like an extended review, which I don't think anybody does anyway. Aha, small tokens, alright. Alright, so small tokens, let's see. Okay, getting a little bit of a tag, but that is fine. That passes my test. My test. Definitely good there. Alright, now I'm making a mess. My understanding is there's a game tray in here that allows me to put everything where it belongs anyway. Alright, now this is kind of interesting. I'm not going to put this together now, but this is like a stand for the box to sit on. I'm just going to put it into my game shelf with all the rest, but that's kind of cool if you want to do that. And I really dig this first player token. That's funny. Alright, the game board. This has a much different feel than most game boards I'm used to. Let's move this to the side and fold this out. Alright, huge board. As you can see, very big board. Yeah, looks fine to me. It does feel different though. Like I can't quite put my name on it, but I don't know. It just I've not had a board game board feel quite like that. It almost seems like the closest I could see, and I'm not docking it because this quality seems great, some prototype games I've gotten where this is literally just, I don't want to say like an iron-on, right? But it's just kind of added to the top of a board. Yes, you can see right here, actually. This is exactly what it is. It's just a wrap on the cardboard. So it is printed differently. You can even see, do you see that right there in the corner? The overlap there? And there's actually, yeah, so I'd worry about this corner specifically. I don't know if all the corners have that, but you can see kind of the rim where that one ended. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. I've never had a board game like this before that did this. Look, you can see kind of the where the glue went. So the glue is right here where it's kind of pressed down, and then it kind of lifts up where maybe the glue isn't as much. That's disappointing. I'm not happy with that. I don't know. It's weird. You would think you would do it like all the other board games I have, but different than anyone I own. Kind of interesting. We'll have to see how long that lasts, I suppose. Alright, this game tray seems quite rigid, which is good. Come on out. Alright. So they do not have the, like, push-in indents, like, you know, to, like, keep it there. That's fine. As long as it's tight, it's not going to be a huge issue. But, you know, just FYI, those are just flat on there. I'm glad it came with baggies. Appreciate the baggies. Though if there's a tray, I wonder how useful that is. Let me see. I'll pour these suckers in there and see how that lid does. Because again, normally the lids I'm used to have dimples to push it down. Okay, so it has to go in like that. Alright. And as you can see, that's why those dimples are typically there. There is some space there. Hit the camera. So keep it in the bag. That's pretty much what I'm saying there. Alright, speaking of bags. What is that? Get out of here. Like, somebody was eating food in the factory. This seems nice. I like this. Seems like a really good quality bag. I'm happy with the material there. I like that. Cool. I think it's assuming to draw something out of. I don't quite remember the specific thing you're drawing out of there. Again, we're going to look at the minis up close on the round table here. I'm going to pick them up and just kind of give an initial impression, but I'll talk over the video as they're spinning and really give a detailed thing. This is cool. I like that they added these like holders, and they're numbered, which is good because a lot of the cards would be like, you have to kill player 4 or something like that, so you know who player 4 is. This is nice. I like that. Crap, I have no idea how that went in. It's never going to fit back in there like that again, is it? Okay, we got the trays there. What do we got? Basic gems. Those are pretty standard. Door holders, again, look pretty good. Let's see the dice. Let's see how the white is printed on those. I like to do that in each of my videos here. Sometimes there's like bleed over, sometimes there's not. These, on first glance, look quite good. Let's zoom in here a little bit. So I can see right out of the... It's kind of interesting. Do you see all those... I don't know if you can see those scratches or not. There's like scuff marks all over these clear ones. Yeah, these have been rolled. I'm wondering if they test each die, which I mean is cool, but it's unfortunate that it shows marks like that. Really, because otherwise these are really cool looking. And the white on here looks good. It's slightly recessed, so it's less likely to scratch off by the looks of it, but that's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. Looks like it's kind of on these too. They're all just kind of rough. Interesting. All right, and what do we got here? These are nice little tokens. I dig these. Yeah, these are cool. I like those. Good color on them too. All right, let's take a look at these guys first. Okay, very cool. I like this one. It looks like his legs taken off. It looks like he's like hurt, I'm assuming. I don't know. I know they're all part of like the evolution. This base is really nice though. I'm glad they went with the ABS plastic on here. That's cool. Yeah, seems good to me. I'm okay with the assembly. I wouldn't even gap fill this. It's fine. You can tell this arm is a little bit different than that arm when it comes to how well it was glued in, but it's okay. Alright, let's look at this guy. Again, pretty cool. I like him. This detail here is fantastic. I really like that. I like the like webbing in here. Yeah, this guy will be fun to paint. I'm trying to see even where he is glued, which is kind of hard, which is kind of the whole point, right? I mean, the whole point is it should all look like one. This seems quite rigid and plastic too. Very cool. I like him. I'm not sure. Looks like there's a lot of flash here I want to have to clean up. You can see it kind of right here. And again, I'm going to put this on the tabletop and be really close, but you should still kind of be able to see that, I imagine. It just looks like the basic shape on this side is lost where it's good on this side. Alright, let's get these little guys. Again, when I put it on the table, the turntable at the end, I'm going to look at all the minis to make sure they're uniform, but right now I'm just going to look at one of each. Very tiny bases. I always worry about little things getting lost. This is fine, but I wouldn't go any smaller than this. That being said, these little guys are kind of cute. A little bit of cleanup, you know, where the plastic kind of, the pour point, I'm assuming, is right there at the edge. But otherwise, that is cool. I like them. Alright, let's look at some of the heroes. Oh, come on. First up, we have the pilot. And it looks like I got a pretty good one. There's some good definition here. She's got a little face. Very small proportions. Again, it's true scale, so their hands are super tiny and their heads are super tiny. It's not heroic scale where they exaggerated. These bases are nice, so I like them. They'll do a dry brush and a wash very well. Yeah, this mini came out perfect. This is nice. Some pretty good hair detail. A little bit of a seam there when I have to trim, but otherwise there's not a whole lot of trim there. All right, let's look at the engineer or mechanic. I can't ever remember which one it is. Come on. Zoom in there. There you go. All right, don't lose it now, camera. Again, this is great. Yeah, this is fine. Very nice. So again, big kind of trim there all the way down the front of it. I always prefer, if they can, I understand they can't always, to either have it irregular shaped so it follows different portions of the mini, or on the side. I just like trim being needed on the front and back. A lot of times it messes up like the face and details like that, but that's all right. All right, now we have the scientist. Okay. Again, quite good. There's some good definition here on the arm. It's one of the things I was kind of worried about. And actually, I think I got pretty lucky here. What is that? That's a weird... I never noticed that in the back. Oh, it's like a tricycle wheel. Interesting. Just a hint of tread. You'll have to paint on the texture there. But I think we already knew that. Otherwise, he looks pretty cool. Alright, digging him. Alright, the soldier. There we go. Silly camera. And I got the melted soldier, so I'll be asking for a replacement on this. It's funny because you can tell like this half of the mold was fine, so you can see the texture here is just fine, and then this half is like totally messed up. So all of his gun is just jacked up. Like you can tell this whole piece is kind of separate. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to ask for a replacement on that. But again, I'm sure AR will. Design-wise, I like him. I think he's really cool, but we'll definitely have to, yeah, it's just a mess there. That's unfortunate. And it's on like a perfect base. You can tell the difference from the base and then the mini itself, how messed up that is. Alright, next we have the Scout. Alright, and the Scout, you know, I don't know. So this one I'm not as happy with. The detail's super faint on this tiny arm. Like you see how the padding should be on this bigger part that they're able to nail really good. But then like the detail here on that tiny little arm, or even here, is so shallow and non-existent on this mini. And I'm not sure what's going on with her chest or what that's supposed to be. It's kind of hard to tell. And you see like the really fine detail here, but then you get like this curved, like I don't even know what this is. Here. I wouldn't enjoy painting this one. That one's just kind of bad. I'm not happy with that one. Like again, like this is kind of, is this supposed to be kind of bent like this and this one's straight? I don't know. I'd have to look again, to be honest. Yeah, so some parts are great and some parts are just really, really meh. The detail on her gun on this side versus this side is like light and day too. So I don't know if you can see the detail here real well on this side of the gun. Then you look on the inside, it's much more shallow and less defined. Like you have these little dashes here, and there you get no dashes. It's just kind of a wash. So not sure what happened on that one either. That's kind of a bummer. Maybe I'll ask for a replacement on that one too. Next we have the captain. There we go. Alright, now the captain, I like his facial features for sure. A little trimming on his fingers needed, but otherwise looks pretty good. The wrinkles on his jacket are a nice touch. I'm glad that stayed. So I will say, some of the parts are good, and then some of them just aren't. And what I mean by that is you can see kind of the detail here on like his belt, and even like the padding here, which that's too faint to even take a wash. I'm not sure a wash would even go into there. I can see it while it's gray, but when it's painted, I I'm not sure the paint's actually going to show that tiny little detail up. But if you look like right here, you can see like differences in detail even within kind of these armor pieces. Like it almost looks, you see how rough it is here? It almost looks like, again, he's been attacked by acid, which I guess fits in the game, but that's not the point. Because it's not supposed to be quite like that. It just looks clumpy. Almost like it was made out of clay and then the clay dried. Kind of odd. Weird. So like you can see, again, some hard detail here, but then it gets really soft here. So I'm not happy with his backpack apparatus, which is unfortunate. I can't tell his gun either. There's a lot of flash on the gun as well, but that apparatus there is kind of bad. So that may be 3 I might ask for a replacement for. Again, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to just kind of decide what I feel about it. This tray, by the way, is nice and thick and sturdy. That's awesome. Love it when games give good storage. Alright, take again, a flat box. In fact, so if I paint these guys, and put it back in the storage, will they shift around? Yeah, a little bit. You see how they're turning in there? This guy turned. Again, not that I'm doing that with my game boxes. I'm not like shoving them in my backpack like a LAN party or something, but... Alright, let's look at the queen here. Now, the queen is kind of, interesting just because... And in fact, a lot of the aliens aren't actually like detail heavy, and part of it's just their design, obviously, but as you can see, these are very thick, and there's not a lot of detail within it, so it's very much, hard to tell detail definition, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what. It looks like some glue got on the top of her right there. So it's a little raised there. I'm going to have to trim that down. Unfortunately, because the queen is like the centerpiece, right? You really want that to look good. Why is she not grabbing? Should she be grabbing this? Or no, she's just hovering over it. Like, she should be like that. I don't know, it's really thick. I might have to melt it down or heat it up just to kind of move that, because it looks kind of silly when she's just like hovering over it, right? She should be grabbing it. Odd that they didn't actually connect that. But yeah, again, the detail seems fine here. These are a little soft. They're just not as straight as I'd like to see. Again, with mechanical pieces, they should be very straight and engineered, and these are just all soft details here. Like, let me get a pointer here. Zoom in here. Like this right here, what I'm talking about, it's just kind of soft. I don't know if it's a softer plastic or what. Same here. You can see how it's just kind of, like, it looks like there's supposed to be some lines here of detail, but it's not in the plastic. Same here, this circle isn't even fully defined, or right here kind of blends in. So again, these organic pieces look great because they're soft and smooth, and you can get really fine detail. Like, look at that detail there. That's awesome, right? That's great. Why can't that be here? I don't know. So this would be awesome. That wash and dry brush, oh man, that picked that out good. And then if you just got like a little highlight right in the middle there, it would be great. This though is just kind of unfortunate. Like, your wash would pool in here, but it would move between this just fine. There's almost no depth difference there, which is odd. And it just kind of, like, again, this is really soft here. Yeah. Again, it's unfortunate because there's some, like, what is going on here? Like, it's so soft. Like, once I paint that, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. But then super good detail here. You can tell that this is different than this, right? Because this mold is worse than this mold. And then it's not even lined up quite well. Unfortunate, because that's the big queen here. Let's look at these guys. Come on, focus, camera. So, again, the detail isn't like super fine or anything, but it doesn't need to be for these guys, right? It's not actually needed. I will say his side things are better than the smaller one that had like all the flash kind of odd. So yeah, I do like this one. This one's good. Yeah, Yeah, these look fine. Happy with this one. Yeah, looks cool. I like them. And finally, let's get Grandpa Mini out here, huh? So here's Grandpa Mini. He's got his cane that he's using, which is nice, so he can support himself. He's got a bad back. That's why he's like hunched over like that, you know, going to the grocery store. Again, really good here. This is getting a little soft here. Not quite the point that like this one is. This is probably the best point. This one kind of has a nick here and is a little soft. This one has a divot in here and is a little soft. I'll just have to clean that up with a razor blade. I do like the basing though. This needs some cleanup. This is really kind of unfortunate here. Oh, look, even the bottom is like all tapered. That's interesting. Yeah, so I'll have to trim up the base a little bit, but that's okay. And it looks like his base has some filled in. Is that normal? Is it some are filled in, some aren't? Maybe they're just different. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. So all the rest have been pretty even like this. And then it looks like these guys have a lot of their texture filled in here. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. It's hard to tell. It does look like it's pretty much just them, which is kind of odd. But anyway, the detail in the mini looks fine here. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's all well defined and good. Some hard to reach places in here, but that's part of painting minis. All right, let's look at the cards and then we'll finish it. That's kind of interesting. This is like 2 packs here. Kind of weird. But I'll take it for my opening. Again, the art is awesome. I love the art. I mean, it's just very moody and cool, and I don't know who their artists are, but they need all the credit in the world. Their art's really, really neat. Love the art in that. All right, so I'm not sure why it was separated like that. It looks like... Is there any difference? No, it's just maybe 2 different batches. Not sure. Interesting. I guess these are slightly curved. They'd fit with the iPad well, right? Isn't that the new bend gate? These seem decent. They're a little on the skinny side, but I'm happy with them. They seem okay to me. So let's get into the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, and then we'll do the round table and end this out. All right, and by Kickstarter exclusive stuff, I mean mainly ads, but fancy ads. Guess if you're gonna put ads in the game, why not make them fancy? Don't know if it added to like shipping or anything, but all right. Come on out. Ooh, that sounded bad. All right. Coming soon, Tainted Grail. False. We're in America. This came after. All right, so we got some of this. Seems fine. Yeah, it's the same old, same old. Doesn't seem any different to me. Next, we got an envelope. Dear backer, we're extremely proud to... You know what? Here, I'm going to open this up, and you can read that if you want. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll do that later, but you can actually read it there. All right. And on the back, while we have prepared the shipment to the best of our skills, there is a possibility that a small number of packages contain lacking or damaged components or errors. Here are all the possible problems: bent or broken miniatures, damaged or from outside box damages, or lacking element. After double checking if the element is not in the box, drop us an... I'm assuming element means item here. It's a weird translation there. And then you also get this Tainted Grail kind of metal mini token. That's cool. I like it. All right. Now, this is cool. I was actually really excited about this, mainly because I love the art and I love the idea. Looks like on the back is just art, which again is fantastic. But this is like the campaign missions. See, there's the missions, but it's all story, like comic book style, which I dig. I think that's cool. Definitely want to actually play with this version. That just seems nice. And a really good binding, too. I like that. Good quality there. All right, now we got a hard book, art book for Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon, which again has amazing art. So that's cool. I like that. Land Exploration. This could actually has some reading material. I like the ones that really have reading material, not so much I don't want to know how to play the game. I just want to, like, little doodads like this, little lore pieces or short stories or just stuff like that is what I really like. Cool. I like that. That's nice. Good quality, too. And then some of their renders here. Awesome. That's cool. Nice touch. I might have preferred an art book of Nemesis included if we're going to have a free art book. But I guess it makes more sense for the company to advertise a future product than just giving the backers something that they ordered for free. And this, I believe, is just a playing cards of a future game. Again, I'm sure the artwork's amazing because they have great artwork, if I can speak. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like some 3D renders on the back here. Wow, these are really cool, though, that's for sure. Are these just... Oh, man, so I'm dropping cards. Oh, and then it's like the art on the back, so let's flip it over. And here you got, again, just normal playing cards. Looks like King, Queen, Jack are color. And they look different for each suit. Maybe some repeats, I don't know. And then the color version of the model. Interesting. Cool. All right. That's everything you get when you backed Kickstarter for Wave 1. Let's go into the component view and then wrap it up.